Billionaire's compilation number 71 till 75. On the screen there is Michael Kemmer. Number 71 we have John de VELDE. John de VELDE is one of the guys who is a co-owner, co-founder of THIELE and Bitfinex. On the previous videos, compilations, we have covered another co-founder of THIELE, not THIELE, but Theta and Bitfinex. So Theta is a stable coin. How they make money is that they hold real dollars in reserves, just like a fund that holds money, billions, but Theta holds billions in reserves as people make transactions of exchanging USD for Theta. One Theta is equals to $1. That is how Theta makes money. Then Theta takes those reserves, those $1 billion that they have, and then invests those reserves. Just like a bank. A bank takes deposits, and then invests those deposits. Same with Theta. Number 72, we have the man on the first screen, which is Michael Kim. Michael Kim is a founder of MBK Partners, Basic 2 and 20, as we have established that a 2 and 20, or a person who I call a 2 and 20, is a person who raises billions from institutional investors, then buys companies, then improves them, then sells them, or buys them, improves them, then holds them, then gets returns. Doesn't have to be a lot, because the money, most of it is made from the 2% management fees that they get regardless of whatever happens. They will get that 2%. It's a base. Then that 20% as a performance fee, also known as carried interest. Those are fancy words, and in every industry you'll find that there's fancy words for simple stuff. I guess that's the way to keep normal people out, and etc. So let's go to the next one. The next one is very different from my data set of 100 billionaires that I'm about to cover and have covered. So she inherited, NADIA THIELE inherited, she's with her father there in the picture. She inherited No Bremse. No Bremse is a niche company, is a monopoly type of company that sells braking systems and industrial parts. Braking systems. Who have you heard that sells braking systems? No one. I've heard of no one, no company that sells braking systems up until now with NADIA THIELE. The company makes money from long-term contracts and aftermarket recurring revenue. That means fixing those braking systems and industrial parts that they have sold. And long-term contracts, because niche things that are industrial often have long-term contracts. A contract would basically look like this. Let's say Knorr Bremse have a contract with the state of Arizona to provide braking systems for their railways for 10 years. And that contract might be worth, let's say, $230 million. The contract itself for the braking systems, not for fixing them. Then for fixing them, it's another contract that is long-term and recurring. That is how NADIA THIELE makes money. Number 74, we have Tom GORES. Tom GORES of Platinum Equity is a classic 2 and 20. And now the backstory of how he's able to collect that 2% and 20% and how he's able to convince institutions to give him billions, to give his company billions. There's different stories that they sell. Some sell that they specialize in improving companies, like whatever companies, they just specialize in improving them. Some say they specialize in modeling, finance modeling, risk modeling, whatever. Some specialize in niche industry, let's say insurance company, some banking companies. It's a different story that they sell. But the main thing is that they're very excellent at raising capital, and the main money is made from collecting fees. That's it. And I don't know how many times I've said this. And it's going to be a recurring thing in this data set of billionaires. Next, number 75, we have MARC Benioff. Now, it was today when I've learned that Salesforce isn't really that expensive, because I heard there's a package of $100 a month. Now, how this company makes a lot of money is that they sell software companies. They sell software that companies use to track customers, manage sales teams, automate marketing, store business data, all the business stuff. And then they get fees and subscriptions. But I don't think that the $100 a month is the only one. It's the only fee or subscription that they get. I think it's much more higher for big businesses, obviously. So that is that from this data set. I hope you have learned something. I have learned something too. I have learned that sell software charges subscription. Software to businesses, software that is essential, then charge fees or charge in a recurring way. Here I've learned fees, learn how to convince people to give you the money, charge 2 and 20. Have a niche company selling something that is in need, and then do contracts to get recurring revenue and long-term revenue. And then here learn how to convince people to give you big money, charge a fee. And then here get real money in, lots of money, billions, get billions in, and then get a percentage of that, a very little conservative, achievable, easily achievable money from that percentage gain, whether it's 1% on 1 billion and whatever. Just get something, get billions, a lot of money, then get small percentage from it, small percentage, while simultaneously making it grow steadily, very slowly, very conservatively, nowhere near to losing even 80% of it. Risk very, very small on that money. Cool.